This is your reading lesson for March 24th, 2020. Today we're going to talk about metaphors. You will need your weather magazine and your highlighter and a pencil and eraser. You might remember a while back we talked about similes, where two things that are different from each other but have something in common are compared using the word like or as. For example, we read a poem called The Village Blacksmith, and it said, "The muscles of his brawny arms are strong as iron bands." The simile was that his arm muscles were as strong as bands of iron. That was a simile. It used the word as. But if the poet had said, "The muscles of his brawny arms are iron bands," that is a metaphor. It's when you compare two things that are not alike, but you say that they are the same. The muscles of his brawny arms are iron bands. And then you really picture this guy and his arms just are iron. And you think, wow, that's powerful. His arms are really strong. Well, today in Fairweather Clouds, we're going to look for metaphors where something is called another thing, and it really is powerful language. So, have your highlighter ready. We're going to highlight. Here, after the thaw, these plains a green sea encircle me. Plains are fields of grass. They're pretty flat, but the poet is calling them, these plains, a green sea. Now, if she had said, "These plains like a green sea," that would be a simile, but she didn't use as or like. She just called them a green sea. That's a metaphor. Now I tilt my head back, splay my hands, pressing into the fresh waves of prairie. Do you see a metaphor in the second stanza? Waves of prairie. Are they literal waves at the ocean? No, but they're being called waves like you have in the ocean. That's a metaphor. If you've ever seen wind blowing over a big grass field, you've probably seen waves of grass, waves of prairie. Look at the third stanza. Above the sky, the blue field is thick with piles of cumulus cotton. Do you see any metaphors in the third stanza? How about the blue field, the sky, the blue field? The sky isn't really a field, but the author, the poet, is calling it a field. Is thick with piles of cumulus cotton. Are those really piles of cotton? Do we have cotton balls floating in the sky? No, but she's calling them piles of cotton. They're really just water vapor. That's a metaphor. Ripe for picking, stuffing and quilting, heaping and billowing about, but still bright and clean in the sun. Later, when they grow gray and nimbus, the rain will come. Find some empty space on this page, and please tell me how these metaphors made a picture in your head or helped you understand the poem. You can just pick one or two. Tell me how these metaphors made pictures in your head or helped you understand the poem. Just write it anywhere you have space.